Imagine a vast space. In a space that, as far as the eyes can see, one cannot find the end of it in any direction. In that vast space, there is a freedom of movement, running, dancing, echoing your voice in it. Just free, just space. Now, begin to imagine that we thought that space is too empty. So we began to grab things and decorate this space to our liking because we got bored with that freedom. We needed more toys. So we began to collect whatever we could find that we would like to have in our space. And throughout the days and months and years, we put as much as we could collectively in that space. Then one day, we looked at this space and we thought, oh my gosh, I can't run through it. I can't dance. It's impossible to not hit different objects as I'm dancing around or running around playfully. Then we sat on one of the objects we put in there and we said, what are we going to do now? And then we start complaining about the space being too crowded and blaming it on the space being too crowded. Not realizing this space is a space, is the objects that made it so cluttered and took away our movement, our free movement. So once we realize that it's not a space that is crowded, but it is our approach to a space that is making it crowded, we begin to throw away in order to have the freedom to dance, to move, to be. Now, this realization of not being able to move, and also the biggest realization of knowing that the space is a space and the objects were brought in by ourselves, we realize that this is not the type of a space we want to own anymore. Which brings us back to one of the first thing, that with the same door that we put ourselves in the prison, from the same door we have to open to come out. And this is how, if we can say there is a purpose in this life, some people like to have purpose, would be to come out of the same prison we went in. Meaning that the mind always was empty. The clutter was accepted to be in it, to decorate it, to amuse ourselves with it, to entertain ourselves with it. Now we have to realize that all we want is an empty space. Now, our job of emptying the mind is much easier than taking all those objects from the room, from the space we had before in our parable, because we don't have to drag it out. Magically, when we look at it and let it go, it goes. It's magical, but are we willing to do that? Or are we still entertained with the clutter, space, and restriction in our movement? That is a golden question.